Hey everybody, Robert Zerfian, the Common Sense Conservative here, and I am giving you guys a little bit of a tutorial today. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me what it is I wear when I go out there and cover events. One of the reasons why maybe I don't like running very often when I'm out there covering these events. And I figured I would go ahead and turn this into a little bit more of a better preparedness for the normal everyday Joe who wants to go out and attend one of these Patriot rallies, one of these events that might get a little bit more dangerous. So this is what we're going to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all of the gear that I have here. I'm going to talk about every single bit and why I have it. So first thing obviously is we have the vest. Now on the vest itself I have level 3A plates that are in here. They are ceramic. This whole getup right here with my vest, my helmet, radio, I have an asp, I have a gas mask, I have some first aid stuff in here and some other self-defense tools. This whole thing weighs about 28 pounds by itself with just the vest and all the stuff that's on it. So we have the vest and we also have a radio. Communication is very, very important when it comes out to these events. If you have a group of people that you're going with, you need to be able to communicate with them no matter what. People can get separated, and once people get separated, it's extremely dangerous. Antifa and the far left love to find people isolated all by themselves and attack them because they're a much easier target. So always have some form of communication one way or another. And the next thing I want to show you guys here is a helmet. Now a helmet by itself is probably one of the most important pieces of safety equipment you could possibly have when coming to these things, because one of the greatest things that Antifa likes to do is throw things. Projectiles, slingshots, fireworks, eggs, rocks, bricks. I've been hit by all of them. And a helmet has already saved my life at one point in time. This vest has saved my life a few times. And at the very least from serious injury multiple times. Just having a nice hard surface for bricks and rocks to fall off of and bounce off of, and same thing with the helmet. Another thing that I always recommend people to take out there is a respirator. Now, take it out of the bag, and then here's your respirator. This one here comes with 2 filters that go on either side of it. The filter is probably the most important part because, well, it stops the bear mace from getting inside and whatever fluids and other garbage they might be throwing at you. So you stick it on there, take your hat off, put it on.
You bring it in just like that. Now obviously you can't hear me as well right now. I'm sorry. But this gives you kind of an idea of why it's so hard to hear me once in a while on a live stream. And of course it does its job, which makes it a little bit more difficult to breathe. Another reason why you don't run when you're wearing one of these things.
Another piece of safety equipment that I would recommend is one of these guys. Now, it might look a little funny. Yes, it does. And even when you put it on, it might look a little funny. However, what it does is it protects you from hard impacts. It protects your ears, protects your face. Now you want to strap it down, get it nice and tight so it doesn't, mess with you too bad. But this thing will definitely help you out if you get into really close quarter scrap. And the most important piece of safety equipment that you could bring out, even if you don't bring any of this other stuff out, the most important piece of safety equipment you can bring are these right here, glasses. Because the glasses won't stop you from going a little blind from getting a direct squirt of bear mace, but it helps. It helps a lot. And it helps when people are throwing things at you. Your eyes are your utmost important asset when it comes to being out there. Because if you can't see, you're just a target. You're a blob just waiting to get beat. You're a blob just waiting to get hurt because you can't see where you're going. You're stumbling, you're tripping, you're jumping into the middle of traffic. You have no idea where you're going. If you don't have somebody else with you to grab you and carry you off somewhere, you're toast. So absolutely the most important thing, and that's why even when a senator comes up and talks to me on the street, I'm still keeping my sunglasses on because no matter what, my wife will yell at me if she ever sees me take my sunglasses off while I'm out in the field doing stuff. These right here, you never leave home without a pair of glasses. Sunglasses, safety glasses, it doesn't matter. As long as they have some good impact protection, it's so important. You have to wear them. Another very, very important piece of safety equipment that I definitely recommend people to bring is this guy right over here. So this guy is my Camelback. Now it's a backpack, as you can see, but it's got Camelback coming through out the back. It carries 1.5 liters of water. I usually empty these things during an event. In here, I also have a first aid kit. I have battery packs for all of my electronics and other devices and stuff that I have that I need when I'm out there. I have a spare camera in here. I have this fella in here, which is another gimbal that I can use in case, you know, I just need another thing to put my cameras on or whatever. But this guy here is very important, and you can use it. I have spare socks in here because you never know what you're going to be walking into. Keep a snack in here, a Cliff Bar or a Nutri-Grain bar, something. Keep something in here because, you know, at the very least it can end up being a go bag. But somebody might have a medical emergency, a diabetic shock or something like that. You never know what you're going to walk into. And the best thing about just doing this stuff is that it's so vitally important that you're prepared. I have walked into way too many situations where I was not prepared. And I've been very fortunate not to have paid a price for that yet. But I will tell you that those times that I have been prepared, using this, wearing this vest, wearing this helmet, it is extremely, I am extremely thankful that I had them because they have literally saved my life on multiple occasions. One other thing that I will add though, that people should have on here is you should have some self-defense stuff. Now I have an asp that is on this vest right here. You can attach knives. You can carry concealed if you have that ability, if you have a concealed permit. It is very, very important to be able to defend yourself. It's good to have a strong defense. It's good to have the ability for things to bounce off of you. But if you're not able to, if the worst case scenario comes down to it and you don't have the ability to fight back, well then, you know, things can bounce off of here as much as they, you know, possibly can, but eventually something's going to get you. Now, let's jump into what I look like and what I wear and what I'm geared up with. So, first thing, of course, is this guy. Throw this vest on, snap it in. As you can see, helmet is on here, asp is on here, other miscellaneous stuff is in here, gas mask here, I got my radio, press pass, and that's pretty much what it is. Now this guy weighs 28 pounds total. With all this stuff on it, with the plates in it and everything, it is 28 pounds. Then I throw the backpack on top of it. There we go. And again, I'm doing this in a hurry as well, by the way, because when I get to a situation, to an area, I get out of my car and I bounce. I disappear. So I'm grabbing all this stuff, I'm carrying it, and I'm going for a walk to put everything on. Then, of course, obviously, I don't even go anywhere without putting these on, which I don't really wear these very often. I wear these if it's at night. But then during the day, I'm usually wearing my sunglasses. And then I have this guy. Now, grand total, all of this gear, pole, backpack, vest, all of my equipment, this guy thrown in, it all weighs 38 pounds. All of it together. That is what I'm carrying. And that's if I'm not, you know, wearing jeans or boots or anything like that. I'm wearing tennis shoes usually because, again, this is 38 pounds. It's a lot of weight that you're taking with you. And you're walking. I mean, you're walking 6 to 8 miles a day. I've walked one night covering Antifa. I walked 13 miles in one night. One night. It was horrifying. It hurt. But, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about this pole here a little bit. So what I have on the pole, because a lot of people have asked me about my equipment. So what I have here is I have a cooling fan. It actually acts like a air conditioner. These little bars here cool up as these fans go on the other side, and it cools the back of my phone so I can continue streaming even when it's about 115 degrees outside. I have a action camera back here to film behind me or me if I so choose. I have this guy here holding my battery pack. I have a umbrella holder right here for if it's raining. And of course I have my Panasonic HC V770. It's full HD. It has a 1,000 times zoom range. It gets a little blurry, but you can still see some pretty crazy stuff from a long ways away with this. This camera, I have had this camera for a very, very long time. I don't know if you guys can see it if you come in here on the speaker, but you can see glitter, and this glitter is like 5 years old in here. And it's been bear maced, it's been tear gassed. This camera has been through a lot, and if you shake it, it's got some things rattling around in there. I don't think that that's supposed to happen or be a thing, but it has been through some stuff. Now, a lot of people ask why I use a pole. First of all, it's nice. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of stuff on it. I can attach more things to it if I want to. It extends up to about 20 feet, so I can get up over the top and almost kind of do some drone type shots. Yeah, this is what I use, and this is the gear that I am wearing every time I go out. And you know, it's rare when I don't wear this stuff. Like if I go to a flag wave, I might just carry some self-defense stuff with me, and might take a tripod. I love those days because then I can just sit it down and just kind of hang out and not have to wear all this. But yep, that's it. So in closing, I really want to just make sure that everybody understands the reason I'm doing this. Reason number one, your safety is important. I don't want anybody getting hurt out there. And the fact that we have gangs of little commie wannabe masked ninjas walking around assaulting people just because they disagree with them politically, that is a threat. That is a problem. And the fact that the police aren't doing anything right now to stop them or to even slow them down, that is a problem. So it is very important to be prepared for anything. I don't always wear all this stuff, but it is always accessible and available to me if I do need it, if the need arises. It is important that no matter what, you are prepared. And one thing that I did leave out, if you have the ability, go get a little spy camera or go get a little body cam. Have a way to record things that are happening in front of you. Because guess what? The only way to prove the reality that is happening in this country right now is for people to actually film it. That's why I do my job. That is why I do what I do. And that is also why I'm showing you guys what I wear when I go out there. So that when people are like, why aren't you running to catch up? I'm carrying almost 40 pounds of equipment on me right here. There's a reason why I'm not running. And I do run. Even the other day in Olympia, right after I said, the reason I'm not running is because I'm carrying a lot of stuff, and then I started running after I heard the gunshots. Because guess what? Even when all this stuff is going down, sometimes you're running even if you don't want to. But it's a lot of stuff to carry. And after you walk 6 miles, going for a jog is not exactly fun. And the very, very last thing I'm going to say is that a lot of this stuff might not be too expensive, but it does take a little bit of money to put together. For instance, there are things that I'm going to need over time, and one of which is going to be obviously filters for the mask, first aid supplies for giving out to people, Sudicon wipes for the tear gas and the bear spray that gets sprayed all the time. And so if anybody wants to help out, my links are all in the description of this video. Again, I'm doing all of this stuff for free. I'm going out there and I am providing a service, showing you guys exactly what is going on. And by the videos that I've already seen and by the equipment that I have to wear when I go out there, this isn't fun. This isn't just going out. This isn't a hobby. This is actually putting myself and all of the other filmers that go out there and do this. We're all putting our lives on the line to make sure that you guys actually see what's really happening and the truth that the media and the politicians are ignoring and lying about. So if you want to help us out, if you want to, give a donation, because most all of us are not monetized, then we would appreciate you. Absolutely. There are some things that I definitely still need to get, and they're not cheap. So if you want to help me out to help keep me a little bit more safe, I would appreciate you forever. But even with all of that aside, absolutely, whatever you do for every event, I'll say it one last time, don't go unprepared. Be prepared. Have some levels of protection with you, because we are in a war right now, and people really do want to kill you for just simply waving an American flag. And it is up to you to be ready and to be safe, because if you're not and other people are putting their lives on the line to help save you, how's that going to make you feel if somebody else goes down trying to save you because you weren't ready? Get ready. Be prepared. And most of all, don't be afraid. Stand up, because we need more people like you right now today in America. Thank you guys for watching.